I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, Supreme Team? Welcome to the channel. It's your girl, DYANAROZAY, and I am here to talk to you guys about Belle Collective Birmingham. This is Season 1, Episode 2. Hopefully you had an opportunity to watch it, and even if you didn't, child, I'm here to give y'all the review. So please, if you will, take the poll at the top of the chat. Hold on. I got this media up that I do not like. Let me take it down. Take the poll at the top of the chat. That way I can find out how y'all feel about some of these couples games. This couples game that Miss Tiffany had at her event. That was pretty crazy, but we're going to talk about it, okay? I do want to welcome Miss Lady D Keys. Hey, girl. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. Y'all know this is a cookout, child, so go on ahead and shout out your side dish or your drink or whatever you have, whatever you've brought to the party. I appreciate you guys. What is up, Queen T? Nice to have you. You said, let's go. Yes, let's go. I do want to say hello to Miss Deshonda, the Fox 227, okay? She is a member. She supports my channel the long way, all right? If you guys would like to support the channel by becoming a member, there's a link at the top of the chat. So do that. I do love myself some Miss Deshonda. Come on in, Miss Valerie. You said one thing, DR is going to be on time. Child, I try to be. I do. I really do. So thank you for that. Uh-oh, here comes Miss Ty Child. She's already got a whole bunch of caps. Capital letters. She said, I'm not watching this show. However, I am here to support. I miss your other lives, so I understand. Listen, thank you for supporting. I do appreciate you. I really do. You know, I gave you a shout out a little earlier today, so thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you. I see the banana pudding is in the house. Absolutely fantastic, y'all. Whew, I was outside doing a walk, so if I look a little flush, my bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm here, and that's what counts, okay? I got to get my 10,000 steps in, child. You know, you sit around all day, you don't realize you don't use it, you lose it, baby. So I'm up and I'm outside all the time. Oh, thank you. Okay, y'all, we're going to talk about it, child. I have to tell you, this is an interesting group of ladies, the things that they are talking about so far in these last 2 episodes. I was kind of curious, like, how soon do you confront someone for giving you bad energy? Actually, I should have put that as a poll question, but in the chat, like, if you meet somebody for the first time and you feel like their energy is a little funky, when you see them there the second time, do you immediately approach them and say, listen, child, I don't know what you was given that first time around, but I didn't like it. Do you do that the first time, or do you wait a couple of times? I don't know. So if you are the type of person that confronts it head on, that says, you know what, you was giving me the stank eye, the stank face, whatever it was, if you're the type of person who will do that on your second meeting, put a 2 in the chat. And if you are the type of person who will wait it out a minute, like, you know what, this person is a nobody to me, for real. So there's no reason for me to ever, address it unless we find ourselves in other situations. If that's the case, put a 4 in the chat, okay? And take the poll at the top. Paulette got some interesting things to say. Nobody wants to take the poll? Okay, 4. Okay. So Deshonda said that she'll wait. I'll wait it out to see if I get that same energy, because you never know. Someone can just be having a bad day. You know what I'm saying? You don't always know. You shouldn't take it personally at first, I don't think. Anyway, it looks like the rest of y'all are a little shy. That's okay. Please join the chat. Talk a little bit. it's family over here. We all good. You know what I'm saying? We're all good. No worries. I do want to say this. Let me take this down. Y'all know I gave y'all a little tea on Saturday where I told y'all that Ariane's daddy or baby daddy, first baby daddy, was actually on the show. So we're going to talk about that too. So you good. Thank you, girl. Thank you. Okay, we're going to get to there. The first thing I do want to say before we get started, y'all know I like to advertise my little skincare routine or regimen. It is the Rock Derm Stick. I always show you guys exactly what I'm using so that you don't think that I'm not. This is my third purchase of this product. It is designed to smooth out fine lines and wrinkles, keep your skin top tier, give you that glass skin look. You just want to make sure that you wear sunscreen during the daytime because it does have retinol. It was developed with dermatologists and plastic surgeons, and this is considered one of the top skincare products on the market today that you can buy over the counter. Okay, you don't need because a lot of time you need a prescription for retinol. So if you want over the counter retinol, something that's good, that you can see results within literally one use. And a lot of people say they see results within one use, but the majority see it after 4 weeks. Okay, this is what you want to buy. There is like a little shopping bag icon on the front of the screen. If you're on your cell phone, it'll pop up randomly during this live. And if you would like to buy, you can click that. Or if you're on your computer, there is a link under the menu bar. You can click that. Anyway, I love the product. Get yourself some. Okay, it is being sold at Ulta Beauty. So thank you guys. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. All right, so let's get to it, baby. I do have this. Let me put this up. These are the cast. These are the members of the cast, okay? I'm going to take my name down so you can see everybody's stuff. Y'all know whose channel you're on. Okay, so when we talked in the last live, I told y'all that Amber and Kayla had a little sit down, a little powwow. And yeah, I guess Amber was upset because she felt like Kayla was, I don't know, ignoring her, pretending like she didn't see her when she walked in the rooms, whatever the situation was. Stormy said, let me go get Kayla. And Amber is Stormy's CFO. So this is someone Stormy works with. This is a person that represents Stormy in her company. And this is what she came to the show with. I don't know who she is. I've seen her around. She doesn't speak to me. I don't like her. Okay. And Stormy's like, well, I do like her. So I like her story. I like what she represents. So I would really like for you to get along with her. And I think that y'all have a lot in common. I think you'll like her eventually, right? So Stormy decides to go grab Kayla at this party. Okay, she leaves her fine ass man Jason. Okay, at least he was fine in that first scene, child. Anyway, they was holding hands. She had to go take her hand out of Jason's hand and say, girl, let me talk to you for a minute, and bring her to the damn couch where Amber appeared to be sulking. Okay, nobody's talking to me, sulking kind of shit. And so once she gets over there, hit the like button, share the video, you guys. Once she gets over there, Amber actually says, girl, you ain't talking to me. You ain't speaking to me. I've seen you a couple of times. I don't know what's up. And when she tells her that, Kayla's like, I just didn't see you. I don't know you. I have no reason to ignore you. I don't have a problem with anybody, let alone you. I mean, this is how Kayla's playing it. I don't even have problems like this. I've never had anybody pull me aside and tell me that I need to speak to them. So why wouldn't you just speak to me if that was the case, if you thought there was an issue? That's how Miss Kayla is playing it. And that's how anybody would play it, whether they ignored your ass for real or not. So unfortunately for Amber, she got a little egg on her face because you don't want anybody to have the upper hand in that situation. Amber says something like, I know how to count. You know what I'm saying? I'm good at math. I know what she's doing. One plus one equals two. Well, if you know 1 + 1 = 2, you know that that girl's just going to say, I didn't see you. I have no clue what you're talking about, which means you was going to have to stand in her space. You're going to have to stand in her space, say what you had to say to her then. Because that's what any, you know what I'm saying? You got to be a little grown about it. But Amber basically, she says at the end, I still don't believe the hoe as far as I can see her. I don't like her. I don't like her energy. There's something off about her. And as far as I'm concerned, it'll be a cold day in hell before she and I ever get close for real, for real. Okay. But Stormy suggests, I think that we're all going to be good now. I think that we all, squared this away. So why don't we all do lunch? Okay. Why don't we all do lunch and get to know each other a little better? And they all agree, but Amber is still like giving Kayla the stank eye, the stank face, all the things stink. All the things stink. Okay. Why don't she like her? They didn't really get down to the nit and grit of that. We just know that Amber said, the girl doesn't speak to me. We were in some event where you introduced her to everybody. Your husband, Courtney, there was a bunch of people in the room, and that girl made it a point of walking up to everybody, saying hello, hugging them, and snubbing me. And she didn't just do it that time. She did it multiple times in whatever the situations were. And now she's just feeling like I'm always being slighted by her. But as the CFO of the company, you have rank in that space. So you're going to have to pull it. That's all there is to it. You're going to have to pull it. She didn't. And because she gave, which she did, she gave Kayla the upper hand by making Stormy go over and play howdy doody. Okay. That's some real kindergarten mess at that point. When you got to make someone come over and say that's a problem. You know what I mean? Like there's situations where that works. Like if you were married and your spouse had an ex, right? And the ex walks into the room and says, hey, 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 and ignores you. That's the time for your man to be like, hey, did you see her? Or did you see him? You know what I'm saying? That's when you pull that kind of rank. Making Stormy do that, I don't know. I didn't feel it at first. There were a lot of you last week who actually agreed that Amber was accurate in saying that the girl should have spoke to her. Y'all had real strong feelings about it. There was less of you who believed Kayla should have stepped up to the plate. Or excuse me, that Amber was wrong for feeling the way she did. Okay. But we'll see. As of right now, she still can't stand her. Okay. Now let's talk about Miss Tiffany. I told y'all last week that Tiffany was introduced to us as a person who is like a born again Christian. She does a lot of prayer meetings. This week we find out that a big part of her personality, of who she believes herself to be in the community, is her relationship, her marriage. She is so down in this marriage that she actually is selling products called Choosing. She believes that they are the epitome of relationships. I don't know. I don't know why she feels that way. I'm not getting it when I see her on screen. Not to say that she's not, but she said, baby, in Birmingham, everybody knows that her and Willie are the cream de la creme when it comes to relationships, marriage. They do a whole bunch of couples events and date nights. They are the top dogs in Birmingham. I don't know if it's anybody from Birmingham. Let me know. Put it in the chat if y'all know this about Miss Tiffany. Okay. What's up, everybody? Hey, Erica. Yeah, but she said, I'm all those things. Okay. Period. And right now, on top of my multiple businesses, we are about to start this new business. We're about to launch this new business called Choosing. And we'll see what that's about. Right now, it's hats and t-shirts. I guess a website is about to be erected. And I guess maybe her and Willie are going to start coaching people. Y'all remember how on Married to Medicine, when Heavenly called herself like a relationship coach or something, and she just called herself that. Out of nowhere. She said, baby, I have taken some classes online and I'm a relationship coach now. And so when it comes to everybody else's business, I should be able to weigh in on it because there's nobody better than me and Damon. This is exactly what Tiffany is giving me right up front. And I don't know why, because we ain't seen nothing about that relationship that looks like everybody else should be copying it. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Anyway, last episode, the first episode, Tiffany also said that she used to be a fighter. She has fight energy for a lot of people because they already see it. Okay. Hey, Miss Stormy Love. Hey, girl. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. I love you. This is another one of my members. Thank you, guys. But yeah, she said, baby, when it comes to us, there is nothing greater. Okay. Everybody better learn from what we got going on. And they've only been married for 3 years. 3 years. I don't even know how long she's been clean. Clean from drinking and fighting and all the mess. She didn't even tell us how long that was. But she said she used to have a moment with her little bitty self where she was going into clubs and fighting women out in the street and drinking. And she said it all went down because of the drink and that she doesn't drink anymore. But I don't know. All of these things sound like it happened yesterday. If you're going to be a relationship coach, baby, you better have some years under your belt. You and that husband better have split up, you know what I'm saying, and got back together. I need to know how y'all work through the problems that I got, because I'm not dealing with nobody that's a damn newlywed. This lady has only been married for 3 years and she's already putting herself out there. Anyway, if I'm just saying, Tiff, I really don't know you that well. Don't take it hard if you are watching this, but I am saying you are a hoot to me. So far, you are a hoot to me, okay? But Tiffany ends up telling her husband, Willie, she said, listen, baby, we just had a little one, you know what I'm saying? 2 years old now. I have a daughter from another relationship. You have a son from another relationship. And I think that we need to be going into the other room, head into Pound Town so that we can have another baby. Okay? I really want another baby, and now's the time. Now's the time. While she's trying to launch all this other stuff, I think she said she was a serial entrepreneur. Where do you get the time, girlfriend? Where does it come? But anyway, after saying all of that, Willie said, well, I'm choosing me. Absolutely not. I don't want another baby. And actually, it's funny you would even bring this shit up, because I was about to make an appointment over there at the chop shop. I was going to get snipped. Okay. I don't want any more kids. And Tiffany looked at him and said, you know how we always say that we're going to talk it through until we, are on the same page? I would really like you to reconsider so that we can be on the same page about this. And he said, no. He said, no, I don't want to change my mind about this. I think we've done enough. See, we love to talk about the women's side when we want to have a baby or whatever, but we don't hear enough about how the men feel when they get to certain places in their life. He actually said to her, I don't want 2 of whatever they're young. He said, we got a 2-year-old. I don't want 2 of them. I don't want 2 of them. Period. We had one together. That is enough for me. We are raising 2 other children. That's enough for me. No more. So we'll see what happens there. But the way she spoke to him, and she gets all cheerleady. Oh my God, let's do this. And I'm like, oh goodness. I could see she likes to manipulate just a little bit. But Willie said, no, not today. Not today. We got too much shit on our plate, and another baby isn't one of them. Okay. I'm waiting for this one to get big. He said the other ones are getting big. That's exactly how it's supposed to go. Now I need for this 2-year-old to get big, because there's a lot of work we got to put into that child. And that's true. Babies are a blessing. Kids are a blessing. There's a child that I don't see when I'm outside during my day that I don't tell is cute, or, smile at them and make them feel seen. But damn it, that's a lot of work for me. But you have to do your part in society. Make sure them kids feel safe and seen. Okay. Come on in. Welcome everybody. I appreciate y'all. Some women don't believe that men have a say in whether or not they want to have more babies. You're absolutely right. I told y'all I used to work at fertility. I managed a fertility clinic. It can get really bad, especially, when you You don't get pregnant in those cycles, and the women want to go another round, another 20,000, and the men were like, no, we're not doing it again. This is it. There's so much pain in that. But yeah, this is where Tiffany is right now, and we'll see what happens next if more conversation comes from it. Okay, now let's talk about Miss Funmi. Okay, I know a lot of people love them some Funmi. Funmi is having a get together with the girls, child. Funmi is a lot of energy, baby. Her personality is always, it feels like it's always at 100. You never see a down moment from Funmi, okay? So she is in her house in her African garb. She's from Nigeria, I believe, from Nigeria. And Stormy is the first to arrive at the house for the get together, right? Stormy shows up with her 3-legged dog, Trey. She also said that he was her emotional support dog, okay? But Stormy doesn't ask if she's allowed to bring. Stormy waits till she knocks on the door and for Funmi to open it. And she got Trey in her arm. And Fumi's like, oh, you brought the dog. She said, yeah, is that okay? Girl, you ask if it's okay before you get to the house, not after. Oh my goodness. Stormy was like, well, if it's not okay, this is my excuse to turn my ass back around and get on the road. Okay, back on I-75, because child, I'm not going anywhere without this dog. And she actually said that in the first episode. She said, wherever I am, he is. So I don't care what we're doing. I don't care what we're doing. That dog will always be there. Come on in, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hit the like button for me and share the video. Anyway, after that, they're in the kitchen talking about Tiffany. Stormy and Funmi are talking about Tiffany because Funmi got to get it off her chest, baby. She's like, bitch, there's not anybody that I don't like and who does not like me. But the energy I done got from that damn Tiffany is a hot mess. And she's trying to explain it to Stormy, and Stormy sitting here petting this dog like she's Gargamel from the Smurfs. Anyway, he had cats though. Anyway, the doorbell rings. It happens to be Amber. Y'all know Amber and Tiffany are good friends. That's how Tiffany arrives on the show, through Amber. Amber comes into the kitchen, starts talking to Stormy, and Funmi comes in and let her know too. I can't stand Tiffany. There's something about her. That girl's energy is off. She is irking my nerves, right? And Amber's like, oh, I've never heard that about Miss Tiffany. Tiffany is the bomb.com. I can call that woman at 5 a.m. and she will be cheerleading for me. I have never heard that about Tiffany. So this is Amber, which I'm howling because I'm like, girl, you see what just happened there? How you was having that same problem with Kayla? Anyway, the doorbell rings again and Funmi has to go out and answer the door. And when she walks out of the room, she looks back at Stormy and Amber and she said, y'all don't talk about me when I walk out of here. Y'all don't talk about me when I walk up out of here. I was like, ain't you something? Ain't you something? Girl, you are talking about everybody when they walk in the door. And she said, this is my house. I'm about to go answer the door, but you better not say a word about me on my way out. And when she goes to answer the door, it just so happens to be Tiffany. And you can see it in both of their faces, like, I'm going to tolerate you, but I can't stand you. Anyway, Tiffany comes walking into the kitchen. And the second she entered the kitchen area, that dog who has been quiet the whole time starts low growling. Like he puts his eyes on Tiffany and he starts low growling. And basically, I don't know who that woman is, but she's a spirit. And she got to get the fuck out of here. And I don't know if y'all have dogs. I've always had a dog. Y'all remember my little baby Houston. Houston was quiet as a church mouse until somebody that he thought was bad energy or dangerous. Then he would lose his mind. Okay. I remember when I first moved here, I went walking through the park and there was this group of men who were sitting on a brick little wall. Anyway, you know how you see something, you're like, damn, I don't want to walk past them. But you do it anyway because you don't want to make it seem like you're nervous, which is real dumb because that's really your intuition telling you don't do it, right? So I'm like, I don't want to look like I'm scared or whatever. I'm new here. And I went walking around and we probably, I don't even think we was past them by a minute. And when I tell you that my dog crouched and turned around and started whoa, 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 like barking at them because they were looking like they were about to creep up behind us. And I was like, baby, who knows what he was about to protect me from? But dogs know. Dogs know. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, Stormy's little dog started barking and growling at her, and Tiffany stood over there like, I don't do dogs. I don't do dogs. And then she was like, hell, why is this dog here? Let's start here. Why do you have a nasty little dog breathing in the kitchen where we have food and all kinds of stuff? He shouldn't be here at all. Either way, Stormy just made that little frown face like she usually does when she's like, she didn't say anything else. She said, you don't want to pet him? She went, hell no, I don't want to pet him. And in confessional, Stormy said, Trey is the oracle. Okay, when it comes to me, he's an oracle, and I'm gonna believe everything he says. And I was like, I know that's right. You said, I love my dog, but not in the kitchen. She said, I'm gonna believe everything he says. So whatever's going on with Tiffany, she might just be that damn bad energy. Now Tiffany's there. I don't know what it is, but there's something about her energy that is just off-putting for people. So she's standing there. Usually what people do when you come into a house, maybe the host forgot to take your coat. What I would usually do is just, take my coat off and say, do you mind if I put it here? Because, you're grown. Don't make a big scene. But this heifer says, are you going to take my coat? And I can see why that would piss you off. Everybody's talking, having fun. Funmi is involved. Even though she is the host, this is her house. She absolutely should have asked her at the door, can I take your coat? But she didn't. Okay, whatever the reason, just do a gentle reminder. Do you mind if I put my coat across the chair, or is there a place that I can put my coat? I would never say, and maybe that's just me, here, girl, you gonna put my coat up or no? Are you gonna put my coat away or no? Okay, so the second she does that, Funmi is like, I mean, she had to think about it, and she went, I'll take your coat. Amber, on the other hand, Amber is wearing a damn long coat too, but Amber was like, I don't know what y'all got going on, but I'm not even gonna offer my coat. I would rather wear it and burn up. Anyway, I don't know. It's just, I guess it's just personality differences. You just got to know it. Come on in, come on in. Yeah, she said, are you taking coats? Listen, girl, you taking a coat? I don't know. I understand Funmi's position. I understand how that would like be a thing in your mind where you'd be like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you just got to get to know people's personality. Right now, Funmi cannot stand Tiffany. And Tiffany does things where she has to sense that the room change. You know what I'm saying? She has to sense that people's energy toward her for certain things don't fly. So I don't know. Anyway, after that, other guest shows up. Kayla comes in. Amber and Kayla, or mostly Amber, is giving Kayla the stank face again. I knew she was gonna be here, but I don't want to talk to her, kind of thing. Sanita comes in. Sanita happens to be Tiffany's BFF. So Tiffany do have people in the place that like her, right? Amber likes her. Sanita is her BFF. And the whole problem that Funmi has with Tiffany is that Tiffany said, girl, don't be trying to take my best friend. That's my best friend, right? It sounds condescending. It does. It does. Anyway, this is a question I'm going to ask y'all because Funmi really likes Sanita. So if you are meeting somebody for the first time, two people for the first time, and these two people happen to be best friends, are you going to really push a relationship with a person that you like, knowing that the other person that's the best friend, you can't stand? I want to know this in the chat. If you meet two people, one person you hit it off with, they're best friends, one person you hit it off with, the other person you don't. Do you pursue a friendship with the person you hit it off with, even though you don't like their best friend, and you're meeting them at the same time. So there's no love lost there, I would think. So if you would do that, if you would still pursue that relationship, like, fuck her, I don't like her. I just met her just like I just met this person. So I'm gonna keep kicking it. You said yes, you would in private. No. One person said yes, one person said no. Okay, well, Funmi is pursuing this relationship with Sunita. She likes this girl. Okay, she said, "Look, Tiffany, I am going to continue pursuing a relationship or a friendship with Sunita. I'm inviting her to my home. I'm invited wherever she go, wherever I go, she can go. Okay, let's see. You said yes in private, no, and yes. Okay, more yeses and nos right now. Anyway, she walks in the door. And Funmi lets the ladies know, go on ahead, put on some African clothing, child. Anything that y'all love and need to have, I will sell to you because she is a designer. So go on ahead and let me know what you like. I'll tell you the price. We can get it taken care of. I take Cash App, Venmo, whatever it is. Okay. So go on ahead and hook yourselves up. She also feeds them caviar for the first time. She has this little, little plates, drinks, and small plates. And she said, girl, we also about to eat some caviar. I don't know if you've had it before, but going ahead and you said Sunita is a model. Okay, and she sells clothes. I get it. There's more models than Sunita, though. I just think it's interesting that she's telling everybody with ears, I can't stand Tiffany, but she's going to pursue this relationship with Tiffany's best friend. I was confused by it, but I might be at an age where I don't need those problems in my life, so I don't care. I don't care. When something feels off like that, I'll just be like, okay, child, bye. Maybe that's the wrong thing to do, but I'll do it in a second. Anyway, she's letting the girls know, child, going ahead over there. There's the racks. Put on the African guard. Let me know what you like. I'll definitely take your money. Then she ends up feeding them caviar. She says she wanted the girls to, learn a little culture. And she puts this big dollop of caviar on everybody's hand, okay? And they have to, pop it. And it looked disgusting just how she did it. But they're all like, damn, I don't want to do this. In particular, Stormy, because she's like, I've had it before. It made me sick the last time I had it. I really don't want to do it, but she's also trying to be a team player. And she's ended up doing it. Bottom line is everybody had like a gag reflex. I mean, like they looked like they were going to just upchuck everything. Except for Funmi, who said this was so delicious. It's just really salty. She loved it. But everybody else was like, this is nasty. Okay. Anyway, somehow the gag reflex thing starts another conversation. Now everybody's in everybody's damn business. Now everybody's in everybody's damn business, okay? And they're taking a deep dive into who swallows and who spits at the house with the partners. Why are we talking about this over over the food? Oh my goodness. I don't know. I was like, you guys are killing me. Hey, Deborah Trails. Nice to have you, honey. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us today. Love to see you. She is another one of my members, you guys. Y'all said caviar is really nasty. Okay, yeah. So they all end up having this conversation, except for Stormy, who always sits there and kind of looks like, what are y'all doing? But Funmi says, girl, I'm trying to get this $5 million house, so I'll swallow anything. She said, yes. Leave me alone, okay? They go down the line about it. Tiffany says that she does not. However, she makes sure she keeps her man satisfied. So just in case people are getting the wrong idea, don't, okay? Because she is the couples queen, the relationship queen. Anyway, after that, Tiffany says, listen, I'm having a couples only event. Big on the only, capital ONLY. And if you don't have a partner, if you are not coupled, you cannot come. And Stormy was like, well, I'm pretty sure Courtney's not gonna be able to go, so I guess I'm out because she's looking for any way out at this point. And she was like, "No, no, no, Stormy, you should come. Why don't you come? You can work the door. We'll have you at the door being a host. Just greet people as they come in." Stormy's like, "I guess." Okay, I guess. Now Amber's like, "Yeah, well, I don't have nobody." So she's like, "Okay, well, Amber, you can work the door." So now we got two people working the door. However, it's going to work, child. And I don't even think she really wanted Amber there. I think she said some shit like, "Child, I don't know if we can have two people, but um, child, I've never heard anybody get this low." Erica said you only heard it on Atlanta Housewives. Child, they do it on the other Housewives shows. I will say that Housewives get a little raunchy. They all have conversations about it, but it was just weird how these conversations are coming up. You said you do enjoy caviar, but it is a little salty. All right. I don't I may not have had the right caviar, but I know they had some challenge where people were eating it on chicken nuggets or something, and then McDonald's started selling it as a combo. Ugh, I didn't buy it. Anyway, after they find out who's couple, who's divorced, I think somebody says, "Well, Kayla, we'll see you there, child. Don't I make sure you come." And Kayla was like, "I'm not married, so I guess I'm out." And everybody is in Kayla's business now. "You're not married? Well, who the hell was you at the pre-lunch with? You had a whole man that you was shoulder to shoulder with the whole time." She went, "Yeah, that's Jason. That's not my husband. I've been divorced since late last year, child. We have been divorced." So no, no, and no. But yeah, Kayla said, "I'm out. Don't try to invite me. I'm not working the door. I'm not doing nothing. This is it for me. I've had enough of you ladies. And I don't even know why it bothers you that much that I'm divorced the way you guys are all acting," which I don't blame her. Okay. Anyway, Tiffany says something about having to go get her kids from school. So she gets up, kisses everybody on the cheek, and walks out the door. And she leaves her good friend Sanita behind and her good friend Amber behind. And as soon as she hit the porch, Funmi looks around at everybody and said, "Did I tell y'all I can't stand Tiffany? Did I tell you I can't stand Tiffany? I don't like her. And I just wanted to make sure everybody knows it. She doesn't give me warm. She doesn't give me fuzzy. She doesn't give me inviting. And she had a problem with me talking to her BFF as if her BFF isn't sitting right there. There was just so much going on. I'm just like, Funmi, I don't understand why this is so, what's such a problem for you?" Anyway, they're like, "Girl, why don't you just go to the couples party, show up, have, even though your man ain't gonna be there, get your conversation out with her," which she could have done at her own damn party. She could have set her aside in the kitchen or took her into another room. I don't know why she didn't, but now she's encouraged to go to the couples party, have a conversation with her, and then if it doesn't work out, leave. But if it does work out, stay. I didn't write it, so don't blame me. I'm just telling y'all what happened on the show, okay? BFF actually sat there with her eyeballs like, "What the fuck is this about?" The BFF did not say a word. Amber did not say a word. But I was like, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. Anyway, let's move on. In the next scene, we have Stormy and Lala Anthony. Okay, Lala Anthony is doing some promo photos and other things for her what is this? Her collab with Stormy. Canvas collab, Lala Anthony. Anyway, they chit chat a little bit. It's, "You're great. No, you're great. You're great. No, you're great." Anyway, they talk about how creative Stormy is in business, how she is very business forward, how it was Lala Anthony who snuck into the DMs, into Stormy's DMs, slid in and said, "Baby girl, if you selling everybody else shit for $1 million, how can I get down? Okay, give me the split. Let me know what it is that we can do together that I can get, a little extra side money from." After all of that, anyway, it's all in preparation for a 48-hour live, literally 48 hours, no breaks. Stormy ran a live and it looked like it was very successful, but Lala Anthony was there. I tuned in and actually did a video about it because that was when Martell was on. But when I tuned in, I could tell that they were sleepy. You know what I'm saying? I had to be like midnight, it felt like when I was looking at it, but you could tell that they were sleepy, but they were determined, child, sitting there in their pajamas, in their footies, talking girl talk, asking questions about dating, all kinds of stuff, and smelling the scents. But they were selling out, and it looked like it did very, very well. And somebody was in the chat last week that said the boxes were $300. I think $300, and people were paying. And those who bought said that it was fantastic. They love it. Okay, anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's talk about Kayla and Jason. So Kayla is at her studio. Y'all know that she has child clients that she helped do television, commercials, movie, print, whatever it is. If you have a kiddo that you think should be in the business, Kayla is the person that you go to, and she is over there in the Birmingham. Okay. And so she's there. And it seemed real cute and professional. You know what I'm saying? Like they were teaching the kids how to pose and make certain faces on command. You know what I'm saying? So it looked like it was real cool. She knows her work. You can tell. And she's dressed to the nines too. Kayla dresses well. Anyway, while she's doing all that, her boyfriend, Jason, pops up without his hat. And he is carrying, I don't know, 24 red roses or whatever. And this makes Kayla, I mean, like you could see that she just softens up, like, oh my God, I'm so happy to see you. And we find out the reason why she's happy to see him is because they have a long distance relationship. He lives in Dallas, she lives in the Ham. When he shows up, he goes to a hotel and never stays at her house where she has her children. And so the relationship is still brand new. You know what I'm saying? It's still in that, pow, 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 pow stage. So every time you see him, you know what's going to go down. It's just a lust-filled day, the whole day. But she's so happy and excited, and that is exactly what she's wearing on her face. Like after we get finished working, child, we doing all the courting, all the things that get us to the evening. You know what I mean? If we get to the evening. But Kayla also lets us know that they've been dating for a full year. So even though she has only been divorced for 4 months, her and that man has been dating for a whole year. And she said, listen, me and my husband broke up long before the actual divorce was finalized. And that's how it always is with everybody's relationship, even though people want to pass judgment. So what? It's not like I decided on a Monday to divorce my husband. We were divorced on Tuesday. We had shit we had to work out. And I am a young woman still doing my thing. So me and Jason, we work together. I do what I do with these kids, and he's in advertising as well. So their careers help them cross paths. And she said that this new man is 17 years older than her, while her ex-husband was 15 years older than her. And she said, anybody who have a problem with it, she's grown, is how she said it. I'm a grown woman now. Not to mention, I was with my husband for 18 years. So it's not like I'm a child. I have 4 children. I know what it is to be a wife. I know what it is to be a businesswoman. Don't sun me like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Okay. And she's literally trying to explain herself, but there is an energy with her and Jason where you can kind of tell she goes into this child mode. I'm so sorry, Kayla, because I was giving you your props at the beginning. But when she's sitting there, she bursts into tears. She barely gets the words out. They're talking to each other, and she says, it's time for you to meet the littles, her kids, her 4 kids. And he's like, oh, this is a serious conversation for him. So, he kind of sits up straight kind of shit. And she's like, I've never, had another man come into my children's lives, and I don't want to ever disrespect my husband. And he's just kind of sitting there letting her get it out. And then he tells her, a lot of women aren't as strong as you. a lot of women could never do what you did. That's why I'm with you. And I'll never disrespect your ex-husband. I'll never take the place of their father, your kid's father. All the right things to say. It was her energy that kind of went into this child mode. She starts crying. He gives her tissue. She was in such a deep cry, trying to control it, that she actually does this hiccup when she says, thank you. She's like, thank you, in tears. And I'm not even making that up. Okay. I like to do a little creative license with shit, but that's how she said it. And she's, wiping her eyes. And I'm like, girl, you still got a lot of unresolved feelings around that relationship, clearly your ex-husband. But she said the relationship between her and her ex got so bad that he didn't trust anything that she was doing when she was outside working. She said he did not trust me. And I guess things got real tumultuous inside the household. And she said she had no choice but to leave it. That was the first thing. She also said that co-parenting is ghetto. So whatever's going on with the co-parenting, he still doesn't trust her. And bringing this man onto this TV show so that your ex-husband can lay eyes on it and hear you say things like, I'm going to introduce you to my children or our children. This is the stuff that always caused problems. So we'll see what happens next. We'll see what happens next. Thank you guys. Come on in. But yeah, it was a real interesting scene. I'm going to say right now for me, Kayla has one of the most interesting storylines on the show. Whether people like her or not, she does. Because I hate to say it, when you meet someone when you're a kid, there's certain things that stay stifled, right? There's certain parts of you that doesn't grow because you didn't get a chance to grow them with, whoever. Through your own life experiences outside. There was someone who taught you to be a certain way, because that's what that man did. He taught you how to be a certain way for him. And now you are quickly in another relationship with another man just as old, and he's going to have the same kind of tendencies. And I don't know. I wish you the best, because I always say I don't like saying I want people to break up or any of that shit. And I don't. But I'm looking forward to seeing how she interacts with this man. Okay. Hey, cuz, come on in. You only like Funmi and Kayla's storyline. Okay. I like Funmi. I like Stormy. She's given a lot of business stuff. That's what people was asking for. So let's talk about Stormy and her business stuff. Okay. Stormy has what she calls a midweek critique. This was actually a very powerful scene if you're into business and you have meetings and stuff like this. This was real interesting to me. She has what she called a mid-season critique, and we know that Stormy's business grew fast as hell from the day she started it. The things that Stormy has been through in business, she's the kind of person that people want you to write. People would want you to write a book about, right? How did you make $1 million overnight, lose damn near everything, then become a millionaire all over again overnight? Like, that's the stuff people want to know, right? And she is here having these conversations with a team that's very, very inclusive. And you could tell that it's completely creative driven. Completely creative driven. I want the best of the best. And some of y'all might not actually get along, but I need you in the same room at the same time so that we can brainstorm, because that's how shit gets birthed, right? So that was the first thing that I really liked about it, because I was like, oh, wow, let's see how these people work. And all of them being so different, all of them being different ages. You can see the middle-aged lady. I think her name is Faith. I'm assuming she's middle-aged. God forgive me if you're not, baby, but I got the impression you were in your upper 40s or so. And then you got your young man, Delano. He looks like he's in his 20s. He's going to pop off at the mouth and say anything he wants to say. And then you have Kylan there. That's the one. She's Amber's niece. And Kylan was sitting there with her eyes like, damn, when those two got into it. But I just like the energy of everybody, right? So Stormy says, listen, I want to have a midweek critique, and we need to be having these every single week, touching base, finding out what you guys are finding out on the street, right? And then putting all of that information to use. How do we use this? How do we move this shit forward? We can't stay stagnant. You can never stay stagnant or nothing grows, okay? Hey, girl. Thank you for coming through and supporting the channel, Miss Teresa. She's another one of my members, y'all. Y'all know how I feel about my members, okay? I love everybody, but I love my members, so come on in. Did I say hello to Miss Felicious? Hey, Miss Felicious. Oh my God, she's a new member. Just came through yesterday, so thank you, Miss Felicious. I appreciate you for coming through as well. But anyway, Stormy asked for updates. I want to know what all y'all been doing, because some of them had to go out and actually work the street. I want to know how these scents work for people. And this is a big deal. And I'm going to tell you why it's a big deal. This is why I love what I am watching with Stormy, because everybody knows that you can barely go into a store nowadays and buy any damn thing. Either you don't have the time, or, you know what I'm saying? You just don't want to deal with whatever the hassle is of going to a mall or whatever the case may be. But everything is moving to online sales. So you actually need word of mouth. You need real people who is going to smell your products, review your products. And Stormy realizes my business blew up online. But in order for people to talk about me, to say this shit is good, I need boots on the ground. And she has given everybody the task of making, or whatever this group of people, the task of making 500 connects a week on the street. I believe it's a week on the street. Have people smell the product, put them on camera, get their real opinions, let them know that we're going to use these opinions. We may use the video, whatever it is. That's hard work. That's hard work for people. Don't know if you, in a city like Atlanta, that happens all day long. Hey, can I ask you a question? Can I talk to you? They stick in microphones in your face and you're trying to do your 10,000 steps. I don't have time to talk to you. I don't have time to talk to you. But that's hard work, right? People, 100 people turn you down. One person says yes. So now she's asking them, how did it go? And Delano said, listen, I bumped heads with Faith. Okay. And he basically said that Faith hijacked every customer or every patron that came his way. I'm standing in front of Publix, baby, trying to do my thing. People trying to get home to their damn kids, pick people up from school, whatever the case may be, run home so they can cook dinner. And here I am trying to do my job. And she could be across the street, around the corner, wherever the case may be. But she brings her ass over to where I am, pulling out her product, talking about, well, smell this, and putting my person on camera when I'm the one who hooked that person. I hooked them. It is up to me to reel them in and get the rest of them done. And she is interfering on my stuff. And Faith is over there like, uh-huh. And so she tries to get a little snappy with them. She said, baby, listen, why did you bring that here in front of Stormy? You could have said that to me when we were in front of the Publix, or driving away from the Publix, or the next day. You could have sent a text or a phone call. Why did you wait so long before you brought it to me? And he said, because this is exactly where the fuck I wanted to bring it. And she said, oh, because you want the spotlight. This is for show. He said, I don't need the spotlight. Number one, I have a platform with whatever many numbers is on there. So baby, when it comes to spotlight, I bring spotlight. I'm saying it because it needed to be said in front of that group so that you can know who you are, see everybody else's reaction to it. And while he's doing all of this, all of the other team members, except for Kylie, she was the only one who was sitting right there beside, what's his name? Delano. She was sitting there kind of uncomfortable, like, whoa, you're doing too much, right? Whereas everybody else on the team was like, oh my God, where's the popcorn? Where's the popcorn? I've been waiting to say something like this to Faith. Faith does, overstep. And they're laughing and making jokes, and her little feelings got hurt. And she burst into tears. She let this young man break her in front of the group. This is not what you want. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, I hated that for her. I was like, baby, why are you crying? And even Stormy was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? But yeah, what's wrong is I don't know, maybe she's not able to take criticism very well, or she didn't have a snappy comeback. But you got to be able, well, sometimes the meetings get a little crazy, and you got to have a set statement in your head before you walk in there that you're going to say when someone gets out of pocket with you. That way you don't seem like you're caught off guard. I don't know, but maybe it was because the television cameras were there. It could have been a lot of things, but she was caught off guard and she started crying. So she was like, I don't like that he said this to me and he had no right to do this. And Stormy said, well, I don't want you to take it personal because I actually asked, I was the one who asked for all of your, opinions. I wanted to know how things are going. I'd love to hear the same shit from you if you brought it. But at the end of the day, and this is where Stormy brings it back in, you said, no, he was right to bring it there. It was correction. Okay. I was going to ask y'all how y'all felt about that. But Stormy actually said, this is what I actually liked about it. Stormy said, listen, she said, we are family and every single one of y'all are valued. You are a part of, this is a team. We are the team that is going to basically grow other teams. So if you are here, just know that we got big shit that we got to get done. We got more people that's going to connect with us. And if we can't take this little bit of criticism, we can't take anything. And then she said something like, there's never been any type of critique that I wasn't able to pull something from and use it in a positive way. But telling that lady you are a part of a family, this doesn't mean that you get fired or whatever the case may be. This means that I thought enough of you to put your ass on the team. And if we're all doing what we're supposed to do, you're going to be a leader. You're going to be a team leader of another group of people. So learn from this, right? Learn from this so that we keep growing, because that's the goal. That's it. And I said, that's exactly what she was supposed to say. That's, people need to hear that. Your feelings might be hurt, but girl, put your big girl draws on so that everybody can make this money. You know what I'm saying? We can't be tiptoeing around people's feelings. He said he had a legitimate gripe. Why are you over here? I got 500. You got 500. I don't know. Get across the street. Move, okay? And maybe he didn't have the wherewithal to say it when it was happening. Sometimes that shit brew. And then you finally make it to the meeting like, did she do what I think she did? Because when people do stuff like that, you don't believe that they don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? You're sitting there like, Faith, you know what you're doing, correct? It was great for me because I enjoy stuff like that. I'm hoping that it's deep enough for other people to stay involved. But child, anyway. Can y'all hear me? Okay, I'm hoping that y'all can hear me because I'm gonna keep going, okay? Anyway, that was how that scene ended. Superb. I loved it. In regards to meetings, when I tell y'all, when we watch business, that's the shit I want to see. I want to see the conflict. I want to see how it's resolved. I want to see leadership. I want to see leadership. It's going in and out. Okay. So this is the end of the episode. This is a couples party. This is a couples party. So the guests arrived. Okay. And Stormy came in solo. I think she did have Trey, but she comes in for the most part solo, child. And she said, listen, when she came in, she's getting a set of rules. We need you to host, stand at the door, pick up behind people. I guess she wants her to clean too. Make sure everybody's glass stay full. Because even though I don't drink, hell, everybody else do. So make sure they have a little brown liquor in their cup, whatever the case may be. And Stormy said, what? Why did I drive an hour and a half up here to clean up? You told me you wanted me to work the door as a host. That doesn't mean clean up too. You're supposed to have people to do that, right? Not according to her. Anyway, there's a lot of barking of orders and people telling her to get stuff done. Stormy sat herself in a chair and she never moved, child. She sat in that chair like, "Bitch, I'm sorry, but no, I don't know what this is about." All right. Anyway, everybody else is walking in as well. And before they play these games, baby, make sure y'all take the poll at the top of the chat. Before they play these games, they do a prayer over the couples, right? And everybody's coupled up, child. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all. And then they end up playing the games. It's a real simple scene. They do a game called tic-tac-toe tag. And let me put this up here because I showed y'all this on Saturday. If y'all watch my video, someone dropped a little tea into my damn chat, into my DMs. Thank you for hooking a sister up. And they said, baby, the man in the gray sweatshirt is Ariana Curry's baby daddy. And he's on the show. He's on network. Now, he did come in. He was not introduced as anybody, him and his wife. They came in as, just a part of the couple squad. So there were couples that were a part of cast, and there were also couples that were just there. Because like she said, I live in Birmingham. This is my crew. People know us as the couple who gets other couples together. So this appears to be a friend of Tiffany's, not a friend of Stormy's, nobody else. This person was a friend of Tiffany's, okay? And she said, baby, I'm bringing these people in. We doing our thing, right? And so they played the tic-tac-toe tag game, and Ariana's baby daddy and his wife won that first game that they played on the show. And then they played a game called Find the Hole. Find the Hole, where the man takes a bottle of water, no cap on it, and puts it between his thighs, the upper part of his thigh, near the sack. And then the partner, the wife, takes a straw and tries to find the hole, and then with a straw and suck the water down. No. I was like, oh my goodness, Tiffany. Girl. But listen, they were all troopers, baby. They all played the game. I don't think anybody said, I'm out, I'm not playing. They all played. And I believe Funmi is the one who actually won. She had, even though she came without a partner, her and, was it Sanita that was playing? I think it was Tiffany's BFF. It was Tiffany's BFF that I believe had the water, while little Miss Funmi was the one who slurped through the straw, child. Anyway, she said she's a Bible thumper. Well, everybody thumps the Bible differently. That's the problem. Everybody assumes that everybody's walking the same walk when you're thumping the Bible. Tiffany said that she was a girl who used to be wild and in the streets, and now she is getting herself together. And she said that her prayer group is to keep her on the right track. She didn't say that, she was heading. It was actually Amber who said that she is anointed and should be, ministering for real. But she didn't describe herself like that yet. We'll see. But anyway, that was a game. And I was like, baby, not in front of company. Why? Not in front of company. Why would y'all do that? That was insane to me. Oh, they were blindfolded too, baby. Girl, thank you, Stormy child. They were also blindfolded. And then the men, or whoever the partner was, because I think there was one, they were basically instructing them on how to get the straw into the bottle. This is a solid no for me. Okay. Before I even read what y'all voted, I didn't even do a clown or crown. I just asked y'all to vote. But before I read what y'all voted on, I'm gonna tell y'all this is an absolute no for me, baby. Some shit you just gotta let people imagine. We don't have we don't have to share everything, okay? Anyway, I asked y'all, would you play Find the Hole at a couples party with your spouse? There's no right or wrong answer here. I just want to hear what y'all had to say. 27% of y'all said yes, it's just a game. Stop being a snooty patootie is what you said. And then 74% of y'all said no, that game is out of order. Absolutely not, okay? Anyway, I just thought it was funny. Stormy was over there making faces and okay, she said, this is a second away from being a orgy. What are y'all doing in here? But yeah, y'all in the comments saying hell to the no. Anyway, again, there was no right or wrong answer. They had fun. It didn't go anywhere else from there. I don't want to put anything on anybody's head. I just said, you know, times have changed. Times have changed, and you know, you gotta move on with the move-ons. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that was pretty much the game. And yes, Ariane's baby daddy was there in the space. He was high-fiving his wife when he won the first game, the tic-tac-toe game. He was super happy, child. Anyway, y'all can go back and watch my video from Saturday if you are interested in it. But let's move back to the conversation because Funmi is actually there, even though she was playing the games and things. The first thing she was supposed to do is talk to Tiffany about her, you know, her little stank ass attitude. And so she said, listen, can I sidebar you for a second? I need to know if what I'm feeling or perceiving about you is accurate. So they go sit down on the couch, and you can tell Tiffany does not want to have this conversation because who does? I'm trying to have fun here. Why are you here with me with this crap? But Funmi says, listen, when we were over there at the relaunch or pre-launch party, you tried to cock block your best friend, okay? You tried to cock block me talking to your best friend, and you said some stuff like, I better not take her, whatever. And I just want you to know that everybody else was real warm and inviting, and you weren't. So did I misunderstand that or what? And I don't know what she expected her to say, but Tiffany said, I'm not going to say I didn't say it, but I don't remember saying it. And she went, oh, you said it for sure. She said, yeah, I may have. I'm not denying that I said it because I stand on whatever it is that I said. What I'm saying to you is I don't even remember it, which is just another, she did the exact same thing that Kayla did to Amber. You ain't going to sun me. Okay, I didn't speak. What? Get over it. That's pretty much what she said. If it's still sitting on your mind, cool, but it's not on mine. And if I said it, I said it. What are you going to do? And the entire time, you could tell that Funmi wanted something different from her, right? She's like, Tiffany, she's trying to stop her and say, girl, even now, I don't fuck with your tone. I don't like it. But Tiffany kept giving, she said, well, Tiffany said, let me talk. Are you going to let me speak first? She said, yes. Funmi, yes, I am interrupting. And before she can finish interrupting, Tiffany said, yes, you are. Because if there's one thing Tiffany wants you to know off bat, is that she got a mouth and she's going to spray it. Okay? I'm quick with it. I'm going to say what I have to say. And don't try to address me about something that stupid. Because it is a little stupid. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I would have addressed her. Even maybe the production pushed it, but it just didn't feel right. Anyway, Tiffany said, baby, I'm very confident. And sometimes my confidence bothers other people's spirit when they're not confident, basically. And Funmi said, baby, hold your motherfucking tongue. Because if there's one thing I am not, is insecure about you or anybody else. Okay, your confidence does not ruffle my feathers, not one bit. What I'm talking about is your attitude and your tone. And Tiffany would never give her anything. She did not apologize. She was just like, I really don't know where you're coming from with this, but what you're not going to do is try to basically sun me. If that's what I told you, I stand on it. I never said it. If I did it, I stand on it. I stand on it now, sitting right here and telling you What I am saying to you is I simply don't remember, so I'm not going to give you anything more than that. You heard what I said, right? You heard what I said, and I'm a confident bitch. And you're coming across as an insecure one. And that was pretty much it. That's how it stopped. And I know a lot of people are trying to figure out what's going on, but this is actually a good show. I like it. I like the show. I do. I do. It's interesting to me. I think all the ladies have a story to tell. Stormy seemed to be firmly rooted in the business component as of right now. So she really does have a big story. And if people wanted to know, especially in this digital age that we all live in, and how, buying, selling online, being a social media personality, she's one of the top. So, I mean, in regards to how she makes a living, she's one of the top. So I'm really enjoying that she's bringing this part of her life to the show. I am. I'm liking it because most people don't. Most people do not bring this stuff to TV. Most people don't talk about their business because it's really, you don't want to give away your sauce. Your secret sauce is your secret sauce. You don't want to give it away to people. You don't want somebody to learn it and figure it out. But Stormy's like, we're teaching other people to be millionaires like me. That's what I do for a living. I teach other people how to be millionaires. They're bringing in people off of TikTok and showing them how to be top sellers the way she's being a top seller. That's unheard of. Like, people don't do that. So kudos to her. I can't wait to see episode 3, and I hope all of y'all show back up here. I hope that y'all all talk about this in all the groups, and make sure y'all let people know I'm the person that you listen to for the review, because I'm going to give it to y'all in a way that other people don't talk about. Usually when people review shows, they just say, I can't stand her. I don't like this person. I don't like this person. Y'all need the story. I give story, okay? I don't like Tiffany, but Funmi wasn't even an invited guest. That was the wrong time in the wrong place. Yes. If I was trying to do business, I would care. Say that what you mean. Say that again, because I don't think I understood that right. Erica said it's a great show. It's a good show. It's a good show, you guys. When did Mel do this, Ty? Tell me. I'm a holdout. Mel, she took Mel's show and gave it an idea. Tell me what you're talking about, because I don't remember Mel doing that. Mel's show was about the I think that when people say that Carlos took something from Mel, it makes Mel look like she's struggling to survive. Maybe she is. I don't know. But y'all make her seem so small. It would embarrass the shit out of me if I was. It would embarrass me, because I'd be like, what am I doing wrong where I'm not standing on my own 2 feet? What do you mean? Because this is not the same. Stormy's life is not Mel's life. What she has going on this show has nothing to do with her. Explain to me how it's Mel's idea. Mel didn't even do the social media component the way Stormy's doing it. She's not doing it now. I might not be looking at it the same way, because when I think about Melody, and I've said this before, I just don't think about her the way a lot of people do. I always talked about her in a different way. Then there was a group of bloggers that came in and made it seem like she was about to die and she was on her last leg. I never said it, and it kind of, my voice got drowned out because I said that she was actually smarter than half of the shit that was happening. But then a whole bunch of people came in and said that she was a victim and pretty dumb. So I was like, okay, I'll back out of it, because I didn't see it that way. I might have just misunderstood it. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I think that this show is not like, it's not like Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's not like Belle Collective Jackson. This group of girls is a little younger, but also more seasoned, in my opinion, in their business lives. And all of them are doing social media in a different way. And I don't think that any of the shows hit on it the way this show is hitting on it. This show is actually groundbreaking in the sense that they're bringing a social media and selling on a platform and making it a story that people talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't talk about it like that. Social media, if it's nothing else, it's glory. If you don't see me at my best, you'll never see me at my worst. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all flash and BS. We never get to see the behind the scenes of how shit crashes and then people move forward. Okay. All right, sister. I appreciate that. Write it in the comments. I just want to see. I just want to see, because I want us to not compare these people and let them flourish and do what they're supposed to do on their own. But anyway, that's it. That's all. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all who the scene snatcher was. The scene snatcher goes to Trey, the three-legged pup. The three-legged pup stole the scene, child. Look at his face. He was so angry when he saw Tiffany, baby. He damn near came up out that sweater. So anyway, he's the scene snatcher. Kudos to the little pup Trey. He is a cutie. Anyway, that is it. And I love all of you. Let me just say that, child. I enjoy talking to y'all. I love hearing everybody's opinions. I swear to God, I do. I know that I don't always think about things the way everybody else does. So my mind, I like to open it to all opinions, so I can know what y'all think and make sure that I'm not saying anything that's out of pocket or crazy. You said, don't bring no damn dog into my kitchen. Ever. I understand, Ty, not comparing. I appreciate you sharing that. Thank y'all for coming through. Share the live. And listen, we're all in this digital world together, baby. There's all kinds of stuff happening. So let's see if we learn something for real from this show, because there's people out here who's doing big things, doing it well. I'd like to see what their hiccups are, because it could teach us some things. You see somebody make $1 million in a few hours. I want to know how the hell it happened. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, y'all, love you to pieces. Thank you to all of my members for coming through. Thank you. Thank you to all of y'all for supporting this channel. I appreciate y'all so much. Hit the like button, share the video, follow me on all my platforms at DYANAROZAY. Talk to me in the comments, watch the replay, hit the hype button, all the things. And until the next time, bye-bye.